Hello everyone, this is Dalster, and today I wanted to shift gears in regard to what's been going on in the wrestling world. In case you guys don't know or live under a rock, there's been a lot of talk about Mr. McMahon, aka Vince McMahon. Just to put out a disclaimer, I'm going to try and make this video as PG as I can, and mention words that might sound weird, but due to YouTube rules, I can't say the entire word since I have a small channel and I do not want to be taken down. The reason why I wanted to talk about this is because I feel like as people, we need to be aware of awful people out there just so we can do better, and hopefully something like this that just occurred never happen to anyone else again. As of now, these are allegations, so it might or might not be true. However, given the circumstances and watching WWE for many years, it most likely might be true. Trigger warning, as there is a lot of gross stuff that Vince might have done in the past, such as SA, SH, and really nasty stuff that should stay in the toilet. I will delete comments if it's very inappropriate, sexist, hateful, or anything serious, because this is an important topic and it's just sad that a rich man like Vince abused his power and got away with so much. These are allegations, so you'll hear me say allegedly a lot. Vince's actions are a lot like R. Kelly, and there are court documents with the allegations that Vince once did, but you just need to type Janelle Grant on Google. They are 67 pages, but the allegations explains everything. I read as much as I could, and yeah, it was a lot to read. Recently, a woman who worked for WWE in 2019 alleged that she was a victim of sex trafficking and that she was essayed by Vince. In the court documents, there are also text messages that Vince allegedly sent to her. The woman's name is Janelle Grant, and she is about 40 to 41 years old. She said that allegedly Vince harmed her and manipulated her to doing what he wants in order to keep her job. In the beginning of the documents, it says that she lost both her parents and has struggled financially. Janelle then worked with the WWE in order to have financial stability, but she allegedly would go to Vince's house when Vince told her to do so, and from there he essayed her and forced her into doing things to keep her job and not ruin her life or career allegedly. The actions that Vince might have done are out of this world diabolic, and it's just a reminder that a lot of rich people often abuse their power and always manipulate people who are below their level. Allegedly, Vince had objects that he would use to harm her when he forced himself on her. He allegedly called these objects the names of the wrestlers he worked with, which is very gross if I say so myself. Vince allegedly had Janelle do sex with him and another person, which is really gross and awful. There are texts with really bad grammar, as it's hard to believe someone like Vince can write so poorly. The text showed a manipulated person calling Janelle a sex object, and that she will do this, or if she does not do it, it will ruin her and Vince's lives. Allegedly, he wanted her to have sex to one of his workers, John Laurinaitis. Why? I don't know, but that is just sick if it's true. There was an incident that allegedly happened where Vince and John touched her and they said no means yes while she told them to stop. Another allegation said that Vince unleashed his trash while they were doing it and that his trash was all over her head and her hair. Allegedly, he told her to continue even though the piece of crap was all over her hair. Yeah, that's as PG as I can get with this one. Vince also had Janelle allegedly see one of his doctors instead of seeing others and gifted her gift cards and money so she could stay quiet. How he allegedly trafficked her was just so dehumanizing as well. Vince allegedly told her to send pictures to him, and he supposedly sent the pictures to John Laurinaitis and Brock Lesnar. It doesn't say Brock's name in the document, but it did say a former UFC champion and that this person was about to leave until Vince allegedly sent this person pictures of Janelle in order for him to stay. Brock allegedly liked what he saw and was about to do it with Janelle, but the plans were canceled because of a snowstorm, as said in the documents. The list of allegations is really long, with texts that look kinda real. It's a lot to read, so if you want to know more, just Google it. But I warn you, it's just very gross and graphic. What's said is that this allegedly happened in 2019, like almost 5 years ago, and Vince was in his early 70s at the time. It's honestly a really sad story, and I have been watching a lot of videos on YouTube regarding this. Almost everyone that has made a video about Vince and the allegations has said that they knew Vince was crazy and that he has swept a lot under the rug over the past few years. Vince has done a lot of storylines in the WWE that are so controversial that you can't see it on WWE Network anymore because it's that bad. I was thinking about all the controversial things that Vince has supposedly got away or paid to get out of, such as Jimmy Snuka getting away with murder, the steroid trials, Chris Benoit continuing a pay-per-view even though Owen fell to his death, the Montreal Screwjob, the plane ride from hell, and the R word of Ashley Massaro. And that's just the ones I know, as there might be more. I was watching a video from a former WWE wrestler named Rene Dupree from his channel called Cafe de Rene, and he and Paul London were mentioning Ashley Massaro. For those that don't remember Ashley, she was the winner of the Diva Search competition in 2005, and she sadly took her life in 2019. Supposedly, she was R-worded in Afghanistan when WWE were doing the tribute to the troops. Allegedly, Vince and some of the workers knew, but told her to keep quiet. In the video from Renee's channel, Renee and Paul London, also a former wrestler of WWE, talk about Vince being a bad person. One thing that caught my attention was how Paul said that this is only the tip of the iceberg for Vince. It got me wondering, how much has Vince done that we still don't know yet? Again, I don't know if Paul was over-exaggerating or really being truthful, but there is a lot of darkness within the wrestling industry that we, the audience, still don't know. The reason why these allegations came out is because Janelle did not get her payment that Vince McMahon promised her, which is $3 million. Towards the end of the court documents, you could see the allegations that Vince was accused of, such as Rita Chatterton, who was R-worded by Vince in 1986, a spa incident that happened in the 2000s, as well as a massage incident. These cases never went further, but it is something to remember and look closely since Vince is in hot water again. Rita was the first female referee in WWF, although WWE has tried to hide it because of Vince allegedly R-wording her. As of now, John Laurinaitis, or John Laryngitis as I like to call him, has stated that he too is a victim and that Vince is being investigated by the federals. There is also word that Vince had NDAs without WWE ever knowing. My opinion on this whole thing is that it's shocking and insane that Vince most likely might have done something like this, but in such a gross way that is way too extreme. His texts in the document are very concerning for someone his age, especially his grammar. Having watched WWE for many years, I always thought Vince was weird, but I thought by now he would have matured a bit. I remember Vince was trying to make amends with wrestlers such as Bret Hart, Kurt Angle, Sting, Ultimate Warrior, and a lot more, but was this just to make him have a better image or just a rumor? I do feel really bad for Janelle since this most likely happened to her and she has no parents or anyone else to support her. I wish her all the best and that things look up for her. No parents must be so hard for her, especially taking on a very powerful or once powerful man by herself. I hope that eventually justice will be served and that the truth comes out, whether these allegations have some truth in them or not. From all the nasty things Vince McMahon has put on TV, it's hard to believe in him. I was recently looking back at some inappropriate things Vince has done, such as humiliating Trish Stratus on TV by having her bark, the Katie Vick thing, making fun of God even though it was funny, the Kiss My Butt Club, and the Vince's Devil segment where he gets to make out with some of the women in the WWE locker room. The Kiss My Butt Club was a thing where Vince had people actually kiss his butt cheek in front of thousands of people in the stadium, some being Shane, his own son, Jim Ross, and Shawn Michaels. That was very gross. I'm surprised no one has talked about that yet. I feel like we are in for a bumpy ride as more comes out, especially since his best man, John Laurinaitis, has thrown Vince under the bus. I never liked John Laurinaitis, or Laryngitis, as he always gave me this bad gut feeling about him. I remember his promo with CM Punk, and even though I was not a fan of CM Punk at that time, I did not like John Laurinaitis, or Laryngitis. Just something about him that rubbed me the wrong way, and now he could have possibly done these horrible things with Vince. What a way for your brother to roll in his grave, right? Anyway, Let me know what you guys think of this and tell me if you want me to do more on the allegations of Vince. It's a lot to take in, and I really hope we get the truth at least. It definitely looks like a lot of people with power, mostly the rich, are getting exposed. So far, R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, and Danny Masterson have all paid the price and are in jail as of today. Then there are other celebrities who have yet to be exposed. Anyway, let me know what you guys think of all this and try to be nice to each other and take care of your mental health and everyone around you. But I'll see you in the next video. Comment, like, subscribe if you want. And until next time, bye guys.